How do we figure out what case a Latin noun is in? In this video, with the help of this hand on a stick and two orange skeletons, we will explore the case ending of the first declension. A declension is a group of nouns which use the same endings to show their case. To decline a noun is to show the various endings that the noun takes on to express different cases. There are 5 declensions in Latin. Here we will focus on the creatively named first declension. Look at this chart here. Down the left are the names of 5 important cases in Latin: nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative. Different case endings are also used if the noun is singular, just one, or plural, more than one. To decline a noun, that is, to show the forms that the noun takes in the different cases, you take the base of the noun and add the declensional endings. Here's the vocabulary entry for the noun puella. A vocabulary entry for a Latin noun will give you 4 pieces of information: the nominative singular, the genitive singular, the gender, and the meaning. To determine the base of the noun, we take the second part of the vocabulary entry, the genitive singular, and we take away the genitive singular ending. For the first declension, the genitive singular ending is the letters A, E. So the base of the noun puella is the letters P, U, E, L, L. Note that this base, P, U, E, L, L, is not a word by itself. It must have an ending attached to have meaning. Here are the endings of the first declension. To decline a first declension noun, take the base of the noun and add these endings. You must memorize these endings as quickly as possible. In this chart, we see puella declined in every case and both numbers. Reading down, starting with all the singular forms and then doing all the plural forms, we see puella, puellae, puellae, puellam, puella, puellae, puellarum, puellis, puellas, puellis. Now let's create the forms for puella in some different cases and numbers. To form puella in the accusative singular, we're going to take the base of puella, P-U-E-L-L, and we're going to add the ending of the accusative singular. In case you haven't memorized it yet, here is our chart of first declension endings. And here is the accusative singular. The ending is the letters A, M. So the stem, P-U-E-L-L, plus the ending A-M gives us the form puellam. Puellam is the accusative singular of puella. Let's try this with puella and the dative singular as well. Again, we'll begin with the stem, P-U-E-L-L, and then we'll want to add the endings of the dative singular, dative and singular, the letters A-E. So the stem, P-U-E-L-L, plus the ending A-E makes puellae, the dative singular of puella. And once more, puella in the genitive plural, we'll start with our base P-U-E-L-L, and we'll add the ending that's genitive plural, and that's over here on the chart, genitive and plural A-R-U-M. And so the genitive plural of puella is puellarum. Let's do the same thing, but in the other direction. Given a Latin noun, can we determine what case and number it is? Well, number one is puellas, and of course I recognize the base P-U-E-L-L. And when I consult this chart, I see that that long AS ending is accusative and plural, so puellas is the accusative plural of puella. Number two, puella, has a long A ending, and again, consulting the first declension chart, which you'll commit to memory as quickly as possible, I see the ablative and singular of the first declension has a long A ending, and therefore puella, number two, is ablative singular. What about puellis? This one is a little bit trickier. The long IS ending actually occurs in two places on this chart, in the dative plural and also in the ablative plural. So this form in number three, puellis, could be either dative or ablative plural. In reading Latin, you need to use the context of the sentence to determine which one it actually is. And number four, puelli, is even more extreme. When we look at our chart, we find that there are three places in the first declension which use the ending AE, the genitive singular, the dative singular, and the nominative plural. So the form puelli could be any of three possible combinations: genitive singular, dative singular, and nominative plural. Again, you'll need to use context, and you'll need to remember that there's more than one possible way to interpret some of these forms. And that's how you form nouns of the first declension.